All right, guys, we have another one. We have Coach Brooks here. We have Frederick Douglass High School, and Coach, just tell us who you are, and tell us also some of your accomplishments in your coaching career and or your playing career as well.
Yeah, Pierre Brooks. I've been coaching in DPS now going on 26 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I went to King High School, played for King under Alvin Ward and Skip Willis. Uh, Grew up on the east side, Jefferson Chalmers area
Mm.
off Lakewood.
Oh
Grew
wow.
up playing in the playgrounds at Lakewood Park, but just found my passion in coaching. Once I graduated from college, I went to Lane College, played at Lane College, and just found my passion. Volunteered at the YMCA
Mm.
as a young man at maybe 22 years old,
Mm.
and fell in love with it, and just been coaching ever since.
Mm. So tell us some of your accomplishments, Coach, because I know you. I mean, you won a state championship. I mean, like talk about your championships. Talk about some of the great things you've done in your coaching, as far as in your coaching career so far. You've been doing this for a long time. And he also coached my little cousin Keyshawn Gordon. So he's been doing this for a long time. I respect him. And just yeah, go ahead.
So coincidentally, in this gym that we're in now, this is where I started as a young coach. I came
Oh
into
wow.
coaching in the PSL, 24 years old, in this very gym, and I couldn't believe it when I first graduated from grad school. I came back home, and I think I went to every school, in every high school in the city, and talked to the principal, asked them, do y'all need an assistant, a volunteer? I just wanted to be involved with coaching when I moved back to the city,
Oh wow.
and nobody gave me no feedback, and it was a blessing, man. I went to a job there right before I moved back to Detroit. Went to a job there, and like I said, nobody called me back about coaching in the city. And I went to this job there, and I interviewed with Sammy Harris, Dr. Sammy Harris, and he saw something in me. 24 years old, he offered me right there on the spot to be the head coach at Northern High School.
Mm.
And I was elated, I was excited, man, and you know, one of the more happier times of my life. It was a big time program. Derek Coleman went here, several other great players. Benny White went to Northern High School,
Hmm.
so I was excited for the opportunity to be. But to be honest, I wasn't ready for the opportunity, so I
Mm.
took a couple lumps. I struggled in the beginning when I first started coaching, but I think each year I learned and got better. And Northern closed in 2007, and once Northern closed, I always said my dream job before I even got the Northern job was to get the head coaching job at King. So once Northern closed, I took some of my young men that I had here. We built every year that I got here, and I think right before we left, I had Marquise Kane, I had Anton Roberts,
Mm.
I had some really good players. Hakeem Whitehead, I can't miss him, but we were going to be really good right before we closed.
Mm.
And so I took them young men with me over to King, and I was Benny White's assistant for 3 years.
Mm.
And ultimately, I became the head coach at King High School. Um, did some wonderful things at King. We ultimately won the city championship back in 2012, led by Dennis Norfleet, probably one of the best athletes I ever coached, as well as Malik Albert, who
Hmm.
was a phenomenal athlete. Ended up playing at Creighton University. Dennis Norfleet played football, still the all-time leading return man in Michigan, University of Michigan
Hmm.
history. So when I was at King, each year we got better. Same thing was I was at Northern. Started at the bottom, maybe started off with 3 or 4 wins. Each year
Mm.
we progressed, got better. Same thing at King. We would always lose to Southeastern in the districts, but ultimately city championship, regional championship, and continue to progress. And then I carried that same mantra here at Frederick Douglass.
Mm.
You know, took over for Coach Juan Young, did a phenomenal job. They actually, before I got the job at Douglas, they made it to the Breslin,
Mm.
lost in the semis, but I didn't have much left once all them seniors left, so I kind of had to start at the bottom. And again, each year we progressed, more and more win totals, district championships, and then ultimately we won a state championship in 2021 with my son being Mr. Basketball, Pierre Brooks.
Yeah, I heard here. So it's right here is a great segue that I want to go off topic on. So you talk about kids now, fathers now, and talk about daddy ball. How was daddy ball coaching for you?
uh, so I know Pierre actually, to avoid the daddy ball, was going to go to UOD. He was going to go to UOD Jesuit and play for Pat Donnelly. So he played with UOD. That was so hard, man. And to watch my son playing for somebody else. He played with Pat Donnelly and UOD. They was really good that year too. So he played with them all summer, and you know that's what he wanted to go there. And a week before school started, woke up at breakfast and said, "Dad, nah, I'm coming to Fred D." But yeah, we was trying to avoid that, but he was a special talent. It was undeniable. And so at first it was some resistance with the young men on the team. They felt like, it was a little daddy ball going on. But he had to prove himself. He actually had a couple fights, and I stayed away from him. I had to let him handle it on his own, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm more harder on my sons than I am with the rest of the guys. I try to set a tone with my sons because they work extremely hard, you know what I'm saying? They get up early, they get up extra shots, so it's not like to me it's not daddy ball. They done put in the extra work, you know. So it's undeniable in terms of them producing, and if they do have a position, they burned it, yeah, so
I mean, but how sweet is it to even be a part of, like you would have seen your son's journey at UOD, but you had the opportunity to be able to, because he's a fucking workaholic. And,
yeah.
I've seen you, I've seen Pierre in the gym. As far as I've been with him a couple times, but he's a fucking workaholic. How was it to be able to see your son be? Wasn't he like valedictorian? He went off Mr. Basketball. But how was it to see him up to work? Because we have high standards for our sons,
Yeah.
and how was it for you to see your son actually exceed those standards?
I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like yesterday, I dropped him off at the airport. He's going to Italy. He just signed a contract to play in Italy for 8 months.
Let's go, P.
Yeah, so it was tough, man. It was real tough. He's 22 years old, grown man, but still my son and still, my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
So it was tough, but I wouldn't take that experience back for nothing in the world. To ride to school with your son every day, to have those conversations, to help guide them and mold them, on a day-to-day basis for several hours. I mean, wouldn't trade it in for the world. So yeah, it was a great experience for me. Now, we did have our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And Pierre is kind of stubborn and impulsive, so I had to, we've had some arguments. They say you're not supposed to take nothing home, but we've taken it home in terms of what was going on at practice or in games. But I think it made our relationship better and ultimately made him the type of young man and player he became.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, sorry, but that's a segue to you have another child.
Yeah.
You have another child, Josh, little Josh Bizzle over there. I see him tall. He taller than a mug. So, how are you gonna? What did you learn to be able to do this all over again with your other son, who's gonna be another phenom, Josh? Like, what are you gonna implement? I mean, as far as in for him.
Well, Josh is a totally different player than Pierre. He has his own skill set, personality, and he has a lot of great attributes. He's a shot blocker. He has a 6'9", 6'10" wingspan. He's a great defender, and he can shoot the heck out that basketball. So Pierre had some of them attributes, but he wasn't the best defender. So Josh has his own attributes. Josh started kind of late, spent so much time taking PJ to camps, working him out. We kind of got late. We were late with Josh in terms of the development and whether or not this is what his real passion is. But now it's undeniable. You know, he goes to the park, play, runs the hill on his own. It's his passion, and it's undeniable. So I've been stepping up even more as his dad and coach to push him and to get him to his goals and things like that. But I think he has unlimited potential. You know, he already has one Division I offer from Butler University, and he's looking to build on that. He tells me he wants to go to the NBA, and
Oh, from Butler. That's crazy.
yeah. So I love Josh Game. He's a great kid, real humble. You know, still a lot to work on, but he's been working every day. He's had a great summer, and you know, again, it's been a great experience coming to at school with him every day, talking to him, pouring into him, and I think that's been helping him out tremendously by him coming to Frederick Douglass.
Man, I can only imagine. And I would love to be around my sons all the time, being able to pour into them because, like, you know, we're feeding into them until they go off into to go fly. Like, you know, Pierre, like little P, finna go off into another country. So it's just like you did your job. Now they can go fly and go figure the rest out for themselves. While, of course, you know, you and your wife gonna still always be there. Like that's for sure. Okay, so I'm sorry guys, but this is Coach Pierre Brooks. Thanks for joining us with Sweat Equity Stories, and we're all about the grind, the work, and the passion behind the success. So if I was to walk into your practice right now or throughout the years and ask your players to describe you in one word, what would they say?
I would say diligent. You know, I'm gonna be here on time. I'm gonna be persistent in terms of what I expect, my expectations of them, and hold them to high standards. So I would say diligent. You know, they can expect me to be here every day, no matter what. I've missed funerals, I've missed birthdays, I've missed, you know, spending time with my family because, you know, I've made that sacrifice, you know. So
I mean,
yeah.
but I'm sorry. This right here goes off track, but I think you wouldn't be able to do all this if you didn't have your wife next to you, because to have the next person next to you while you're doing all these things. I'm sorry to just bring your wife up and bring your stuff into it, but to be able to have your wife next to you while the right woman next to you while you're doing all of those sacrifices, every woman can't take that. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm serious. Every woman can't take that, and I know I've seen your wife. Your wife is in it. You know what I'm saying? She's in it. She's dropping off a little P and in your practice with you. So
I'm blessed because my wife, she loves basketball. So we both have a passion for it. So sometimes we get into arguments about why did I run this play or why did I put this guy in the game. So I mean, we used to play 2K. You know, we used to play 2K the game, so it's been a blessing, man. She's always had my back in terms of, you know, spending the time and being understanding of it, and yeah, she's ride or die for sure.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So okay. So your coaching style. Who is your coaching style like as far as in who you believe in the NBA or in college?
I would say Jim Leland, baseball coach, somebody who trusts his players, but at the same time is very demanding. And I've always respected Jim Leland because he would fight for his players. He would, you know, go toe to toe. And I know that's kind of off track with baseball and basketball, but I've always admired Jim Leland, his passion for the game as well as fighting for his players. And holding them to high standards, and would do anything to help his players. Yeah.
Okay. So who was your favorite NBA player growing up?
Favorite NBA player growing up was Steve Smith, without a doubt. Yeah, as coming up, he was somebody from the neighborhood that we just wanted to emulate. Everybody was doing the Smitty.
Yeah.
He had a certain swag.
He was doing that back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He had a certain swag about himself. The rest of the team had on white and green Converse. He had the all white Converse on. He had the baggy shorts. He had a certain kind of swag. So, and then when I was living in Tennessee, I would actually go to Atlanta. I would drive to Atlanta sometimes on the weekend to go watch him play in Atlanta. So yeah,
The
he
Hawks.
definitely. And then of course, whatever team he was playing on in 2K, I would play with that
Mm.
team.
Smitty, I
Yeah,
love pulling the Smitty
yeah,
out.
for sure.
Okay, so some of your high school matchups right now. So what's some of those high school matchups right now, or some of those guys, your peers, your coaching fraternity buddies that you know that you about to get, you about to come in and play this team and man, strap y'all shit up because it's gonna be one of those type of games, fellas. Like you may be up, you may be down, but guys, this team will not quit.
Yeah.
Who is some of those coaches and some of those programs?
I definitely got to mention Steve Hall. You know, Steve Hall, I did beat him in his gym before. He
Yeah.
still talk about that when he was at Northwestern. We beat Northwestern back in the day, but I've struggled against Steve, man, with that press he's had, but Steve does a phenomenal job over there. He has a college experience, and he's brought that to the high school level. But Steve Smith, whenever you go against him, you know you're going to have your hands
Steve
full with
Hall.
that. Steve Hall, with that press that he has, but I think this year we're gonna be ready for him. We're gonna be
Mm.
ready for him this year. We got a hell of a backcourt for him this year.
That smoke.
Yeah.
I smell some
And then of
smoke.
course George Ward, he always has a good team, discipline. I think they're gonna probably be the most experienced team in the PSL this year.
Mm.
But Steve does a great job. We just signed up to play Old Redford this year on Martin Luther King Day. So I think
Mm.
that's going to be a good matchup for us. Ray
Mm.
Reeves does a great job over there at Old Redford as well. And he's one of the few coaches that's been coaching as long as I have. We started, I think, in the same year head coaching. He was at Denby, and I was here at Northern.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
hmm
So take us back to where did you grow up and what was life for you like as a kid?
Yep. Grew up in the Jefferson Chalmers area off Lakewood. I'm the youngest of 7 children.
Mm.
Uh, my brother Harvey just passed away not too long ago. He
I'm
was the
sorry to hear
next,
about that,
yeah.
coach.
He was always a big supporter of mine. Uh, when I was in high school, he came to all my games, even though he was a paraplegic, was in a wheelchair.
Mm.
He made it to all my games at King,
Oh, that's
Saint
love.
Cecilia. I used to have to pull him up the stairs at Saint Cecilia.
Mm.
He was my assistant coach uh, for a good while. Just one of my biggest supporters, man.
Mm.
So definitely miss him. But coming up, he was real tough, man. He played football for Southeastern, and he kind of gave me my toughness. He was, even as a paraplegic in a wheelchair, still tough guy. One of the toughest guys I knew. And yep. So my brother Harvey was instrumental in my years coming up. My mom and dad, interracial marriage. My mother's from France.
Mm.
Father is from Mac and Bewick.
Mm.
Father was in the military and met my mom in France, married her, brought her back here to America,
Mm.
and had 7 beautiful children.
Oh wow.
Yep. So had some rough times though coming up. Father lost his job. Mom, was working cleaning and stuff like that. Lights went out, heat went out at times, but parents always made a way. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of those journeys or adversity that I faced as a youngster kind of made me into the person I am now in terms of my
Mm.
work ethic and providing for my children and stuff like that. It's
Mm.
helped to mold me and build me into the man I am today, for
Mm.
sure.
I love to hear that,
Yep.
coach. Oh wow. Okay. So who or what first introduced you to the game of basketball?
I would say Skip Willis at the Franklin Rice Settlement. When I went to King, I wasn't as tall as I am today. I was like maybe 5'10" as a freshman.
Damn.
Yeah, but I love basketballs, and so my freshman year I got cut. I got cut from the freshman team. I think over 300 people showed up to this tryout at King, but I was cut, devastated. Grades went bad, but over my ninth grade to my 10th grade year, had a growth spurt.
Mm.
I went from 5'10" to like 6'4" to my 10th grade year. So, but I was ineligible my 10th grade year, but I wanted to be a part. So I asked the head coach at that time, Alvin Ward. I said, hey man, can I, do anything? He was like, man, you could be the team manager. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like the water boy. I had to get the water. I I was filming the games, and Skip Willis, the assistant coach at the time, was like, big fella, what you doing up there on the camera? He was like, come to the Franklin Wright settlement. So Skip started working with me, man, and I would walk through the graveyard to get to the Franklin Wright settlement every day after school, work out. He'd work me out, work on my ball handling, and then after practice, I would walk back across the graveyard to King, and at that time help with the varsity basketball team. So I give a lot of credit for Skip, man. He believed in me. He became a college coach. I went and played for him at Highland Park Community College, where we won a state championship at Highland Park in 1994. So Skip Willis, I give him a lot of credit. I played for a man named J.L. Pierre at Lane College. I left Highland Park Community College, which is closed now. I went to Lane College at HBCU and played for J.L. Perry and graduated from Lane. And that's kind of where my J.L. Perry, Skip Willis, of course, Alvin Ward, Andre Venable was one of my assistant coaches at King. I still talk to him, kind of still one of my mentors now. Horatio Williams, I've been knowing him since I've been 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
Always was an influence on my life with the basketball as well.
Wow, you been around that long?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
I did not know that. I did not
For
know
sure.
that. Oh wow, definitely. So you were a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't never play no AAU ball, middle school ball.
I mean, but all that probably, I'm sorry to say,
Yeah.
I don't know if all that was like popping like that back in the day, but like,
Nah, not.
were you in the streets? Were you in the streets
Oh, I
or
was
at the
definitely-
parks?
I was on the east side everywhere. Yeah. Like I said, Lakewood Park. I was going to Bennett Park. We was going to the hole right there on Jefferson.
Okay.
By the cross from McDonald's, the hole right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About kind of like by Belle Isle.
By Bella. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay. So, when you were young, you just told me like, did you have a coach? Oh yeah, you just told me the coach from
Willis,
Skip.
yeah.
Okay. So, what did hard work mean to you back then compares to what it means now?
It's funny, man. I went to a barbecue 4th of July at my brother's house. My brother lives in the house that we grew up in coming up, and somebody, about my age is like, hey, Pierre, is that you, Pierre? I was like, yeah, bro. He was like, man, I remember you dribbling up and down the street all the time, man. I was like, yeah. I was like, you'll never know my experience going after that, but I was like, I got sons now that's doing the same thing, but definitely, and I didn't have the amenities that my sons have and these kids have now with these trainers and different videos that you can watch to get your game on, or different camps that you could go to. So, but
You had to go outside and just go try it.
just go outside and go try it, Try to do what Isaiah and Magic was doing, when you watch them games. But yeah, I would say work ethic from what I knew now to what I know then. What would I tell myself?
Yeah, it's just like, what was hard work to you back then compares to what it means to you now? Just like you were a kid, now you got more experience. Now you've been coaching for a long time.
Yeah.
What was it when you was working, as far as in working on your game with your other coach, going back to be the water boy to being?
Yeah.
I mean, but then probably playing the next year. Like, what was that hard work like now to your hard work like now here? I see you got Jeremiah and them.
It's just way different, man. It's just way different. Like I said, you got a lot more access to different things, more trainers, more camps. But back then you had to get it out the mud more so. You know what I'm saying? You had to find ways, or I used to ask guys, hey man, show me how you shoot again. It was a guy at the YMCA showed me how to shoot the ball with the strings, and I still impart that on my players, how you get the rotation on your shot, shooting with the strings. So, and I think relationships was a lot more so back then. You could ask people questions and form relationships. Now everybody that's kind of into their phones or social media and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, walk us through your playing career. What was your style like on the court?
I would say a lot of people told me I was point guard and a big man body. I was a phenomenal passer. I think
Mm.
I was a really good passer. I could handle the ball. I wasn't the most athletic guy. I'll say that. But I definitely had guard skills, and I used to work on it on a day-to-day basis.
Mm.
Uh, so yeah, and then back then
And you say you was
I was
5'9".
big. Yeah, 5'10".
I mean 5'10" went to
Ninth
six
grade,
four.
yeah, yep, for sure. So back then, if you was a certain height, there wasn't no stretch fours or no big guards. You kind of had to fill that role as a big man.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, not to discredit my coaches, but I think if I was utilized a certain way, I could have probably been a little bit better player. I just had to do the big man drills, the mic and drills and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I wish I would have was able to utilize my guard skills a little bit more when I was coming up, even in college. You
Yeah,
know?
because you were a guard. I mean,
Yeah.
to be 5'10" and go to six, since to
Yeah.
6'4", I mean, you was like a guard. Then you had to go to be a big man. So
For
you
sure.
still,
And my
for-
favorite players was Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, Steve Smith. All those is
yeah,
guards. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I always tried to emulate them guys.
Yeah, no
Coming
man
up, I
trying-
wasn't emulating Bill Lambier.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's easy. But so, okay. So, do you remember a moment that tests your player? That tests. Do you remember a moment that tests your grit as a player or as a coach?
Tested my grit. Uh, I would say back in 2000 and what was that? PJ sophomore year, 2019. We were playing Northwestern at Douglas, hostile crowd, game in Tuck. Um, it was more Northwestern people than Douglas people there. It was a district championship game,
Mm.
and I mean, guys were standing in the corner, looked like they
Ready? About that
had,
action.
yeah, yeah, man. So and somebody threw a Gatorade bottle. This went viral, man. They threw a Gatorade bottle from the upper stands across the gym and nailed me right upside the head,
Oh no!
man. And somebody recorded this shit, man. They had over 50,000 views. But
Oh yo, that's fucked up.
and
Damn.
I damn near lost it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
I lost all knowledge about the game, what was going on, man. I wanted to kill somebody
You was
at that
trying to go to
particular
stand?
time. Yeah, in front of all them people too, man. People was laughing and shit.
I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But we ended up. What happened was they canceled the game. Their best player got kicked out of the game.
Mm.
PJ was going crazy though. He was going nuts that game,
Mm.
talking shit to people in the stands, man.
It was one of them times.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, B, wait a minute. We don't know them over there.
Don't talk too much shit.
Yeah, but yeah, we ended up canceling the game that night, and we had to play without fans the rest of the game. Like I think the fourth quarter
Mm.
without fans the next day,
Mm.
without their best player who got kicked out the game, and we ended up winning. It was kind of close too, though.
Mm.
But yeah, that was a
Yeah,
experience.
that
It was-
tested everything. That tested more than grit. That tested everything up out of you. No, fuck that. Who threw that bottle? I need him. Oh, whoa. Okay, so at what point did you know that coaching was your path?
So I would say I had an experience at Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan used to have the best basketball camp, like where you would go. All the top players went to Eastern Michigan camp, and I think I was going to 12th grade.
Was it 3 days back then too? It was like 3 days back then too. I know I was.
It was 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went to it. Then
Yeah.
get to stay on the campus and stuff
Stay on
too.
the campus in the dorm,
Mhm.
and all like I said, all the top players were there. Chris Webber. Oh shoot.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
Let's keep it going. No, we
Okay,
good.
sure.
But yeah, one of the coaches had to leave, and the camp director asked me would I take the little kids? Could I coach the little kids? I don't know if you saw something in me or not. But the group that I took over, the team I took over, we ended up winning the championship at the Eastern Michigan. I think it was a 12 and under team that I took over, and the kids was listening to me in tune, and it's something. I think it was a spark, in me right there. Like, damn, you might want to be a coach one day. You know what I'm saying? So that experience kind of sparked my interest and passion too.
Well, you were a player going for a camp, and then you fell in love with just coaching some of the kids.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The influence I just saw in that short amount of time coaching them young fellas kind of sparked my interest in coaching.
Okay. So this a few more. Okay, so what was there a specific moment or player that confirmed to you, like, yeah, this is why I coach?
Yeah, I would say this kid named Javante Randall. He graduated with PJ in 2021. When I first got him, he was about 6'7", but had a kind of a bad situation in his home life. You know what I'm saying? He was living house to house. Humble kid, wasn't the best student. Didn't really know how to play basketball, real raw, but ended up getting a Division I scholarship. So each year that he was with us, man, he worked his tail off. He showed a lot of gratitude too. He actually ended up living with one of my assistant coaches, Tommy Smith, for a little while, and of course he stayed with me a little bit. But he kept on believing and developing to being one of the top players in the state his senior year. And when UAD was the first team to offer him, and man, we was jumping around. We was so excited, man. And just to see his growth from Harley being able to play basketball, dribble with his left hand, to get a Division I scholarship in a matter of 3 or 4 years, man, we were so excited for him. And it was through the hard work, the early mornings, the sacrifice, him staying with coaches, and so we were so happy, man. We was jumping around, crying when he got that offer, when that coach from UAD came over here and offered him, but he eventually ended up going to Eastern Michigan, and he's finishing up at Central State this year and gonna get his degree. So
Love to hear that, Coach. Okay, so
and state championship game, when he first started playing for me, couldn't make no free throws. Got to the free throw line all the time. State championship game, goes 5 for 5 at the free throw line. We win by 5 points.
But that has to be, because I tell people all the time, your daily disciplines over a period of time. It may not seem like something for a week or for 3 days, but over a period of time that stacks up, and it molds you as a player, or molds you as a person, it molds your mind.
Totally right about that. And not a lot of young men, had that same tenacity. A lot of young men, as soon as they see some adversity, they give up or they quit or they try to do something else. It takes a person with some special character to keep on. Something goes wrong, they keep on fighting, they keep on going after it. And that's why we preach to our kids every day. You're going to have some adversities. You're going to fail sometimes. You're going to miss some free throws. But who's going to get right back up and keep on fighting and going after it? Yeah.
To me, that's the real character. It's not about, because to me, you never fail, you never lose, you only get lessons, and it's only up to the person to see it as that. You have to have your mindset tricked in your head, like, I'm not losing, I'm just learning, I'm just getting lessons. When I fall, it's nothing, I got this, I'm about to get up. To me, it's a mindset thing. Okay, that's perfect. So how do you teach? Okay, that's perfect. So how does coaching compare to playing in terms of the grind?
I think in coaching, you got to definitely be prepared. You got to watch film. Same thing with being a player too. But with the coaching, the scouting, being prepared. And one thing, I don't do the same thing every year. There's some things I carry on, but you got to stay current to what's going on with the new generation. Some coaches have been doing the same thing since 2003, 2004. No, you got to know the verbiage, the different terms in basketball. Now you got to keep track of different defensive schemes and things like that. So coaching wise, you got to stay a student of the game. I've been coaching over close to 30 years now, but I'm still studying. I'm still trying to get better. And same thing as a player. I think players need to study. They need to watch film. I had to tell my guys all the time. They all caught up with these highlights. Now, guess what? You need to look at the things you're doing wrong
The
more
low
so.
lights.
Yeah, the low lights. You need to look at the low lights more than the highlights. So that's what I would say the biggest differences is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So when you hear the phrase sweat equity, what does it means to you?
I would say great developmental program.
Just period. Just not even my
Oh,
program.
you're not
Just
talking
not
about.
even no. Just not even my program. Just
Okay,
far
I
as
got you.
in
Sweat
what does
equity.
sweat equity means when you hear the phrase sweat
Yeah, I
equity.
got you. I
What does
got
it means to you? Whatever it means to you.
I was,
But thank you.
okay, no problem. No, I was gonna say, what you put into something,
Mm,
you know, and what you put into it is what you get out.
mm,
So I would say, the grind, the dedication, perseverance, whatever you could put into, and it might not necessarily be basketball. It could be investing. It could be your career. What you put into something, you'll get out of it. Because to be honest with you, I used to think Frederick Douglass wasn't a necessarily an attractive job to have, but through hard work, through determination, one of the top programs in the state now,
mhm.
and I'm proud and honored to lead this program. You know, and that's through the hard work that we put in and all the success that we've had.
Mm.
So I definitely feel like we put a lot of sweat equity into this program.
Thank you,
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, for sure.
Appreciate that. Okay, so how do you teach your players how to value hard work over shortcuts?
Just have to really, me and my assistant coach George Tyson, we just got Coach Tyson back.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, like a month ago he joined the staff. Man, he's been great. But we were talking about that how guys.
Wait, didn't he go over to Northern
He was at Northwestern.
or Northwestern?
He was at
I'm sorry about
Northwestern
that.
for the last 5 years. So I've been asking him, come on, coach, we got to get back together, man. We
Yeah.
had a great thing
That was
going.
your ace boom cool.
Yeah, yeah. So guys don't want to touch the line when they running sprints or
Mm.
just those little things, or when they doing push-ups instead of doing 25, they stop at 22 and when you're not looking.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So and those little things matter. It'll show up at the end of a game.
Mm.
So when guys and we hold every little thing, we hold them accountable. Hey man, start over. We got to run that over. Start those push-ups over.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end, it's gonna end up hurting us all. So we try to hold everybody accountable with the little things and not taking shortcuts.
So you say in the
Yeah.
end, hey, it's gonna show. So whether you doing 15 and not doing the 30, you can go ahead and do that 15. But when it comes down to is your legs hurting or your arms hurting, like later on down the line, it's gonna be because you didn't consistently do those 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, wow, coach.
And the guys that don't take the shortcuts, we tend to trust a little bit more when it come down to clutch time, where we, last 20 seconds, and we need somebody to make free throws. We need somebody to be in tip-top condition or make the right play, and we can trust them. Those are the type of players we want in the game at them situations.
All day long.
Yeah.
So what's a drill? What's one drill or a practice habit that you swear by to build mental toughness?
We play a game called 50, okay, and it's no dribbles. Each pass is worth 1 point. You got to deny your man all over the court. So it teaches the guys to be tough because, somebody's pressuring you all the time. You got to learn how to cut. You got to learn how to screen away. Uh, you got to learn how to step through. You got to learn how to be in triple threat. And,
Like, is a defense playing like what is the defense playing in this type of
playing man-to-man defense.
like denying?
Yeah, denying basketball. Yep.
So you got to pass the ball on the outside hand.
Yeah, yep. And if you make a basket, it's worth 5 points. First team to 50 wins. It's real competitive. And, in the PSL, guys are gonna check. So it teaches you how to, handle the ball, not handle the ball, but take care of the ball
Handle
in
pressure.
pressure situations. Yeah, for sure. So
Mm.
we do that every day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we do that every day.
I got to see
Yeah,
that in action. I'm gonna
yeah,
come back
yeah,
talk see that in action.
for sure.
Okay, so do you think today's generation of athletes has it harder or easier when it comes to earning success?
Easier. Yeah, easier. I think this in my years of coaching, uh, I think things have changed. I used to didn't have to deal with any parent situations in terms of parents wanting to know about their kids' playing time, their roles. Why isn't my son getting any division high major Division 1 offers? You know, when I first started coaching here in this gym in 2001, no parent interactions whatsoever. I could just do my job freely and try to help kids. Now it's totally different. Um, so I think, like I said, coaches were able to do their job a little bit more freely and more effectively, just based on less parent involvement. Now, you got to worry about if a parent gonna call down to the superintendent or email your principal and stuff like that. And I'm not just saying me personally, but just having conversations with my peers that coach, that's been a big reason why some coaches have stepped down, because they can't enjoy coaching or feel freely upon trying to help develop kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something that needs to be addressed a little bit. But like I said, I see it progressively from 2001 to now, where you see these parents fighting referees and coaches all the time on social media. And of course, as parents, you're going to have high expectations. You want your kids to attain a certain amount of success, but at the same time, it needs to be some type of decorum where, certain things are off limits. You let the coach do his job. You're already making certain sacrifices to coach your kid and work for barely anything. So, yeah, I would say that's the biggest difference I see from, you know, previous generations.
Because you were I mean, you're a dad, so you had the opportunity to be in the stands for your
Oh,
players
yeah, yeah.
and or talk to coaches
Most
about
definitely.
their development or whatever it is. So what can you say to parents? Because like those college coaches will be looking at the parents,
Yeah.
or looking at their demeanor, or looking at how they how their actions are compared to like what can you say to the new generation parents on what to do as far as in how to go about
Addressing the
yeah,
coach and stuff,
addressing
yeah.
a coach, how to go
Yeah.
about just being a parent. How do you do that? Like when you want your kid to be better than you, when you want your kid to be that next star.
Yeah. So I've been on both sides, as a parent and as a coach. So as a parent, I've been in situations where I felt like my son was being treated unfairly, like he wasn't getting the minutes that he deserved. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know
How did
what
you
I'm
go
saying?
about handling that?
So I had to talk with my son. I told him he got to bust his ass and work harder.
Mm.
You know, we always look in the mirror first. Even in when PJ was in 6th grade, he was cut from the family team. The coach told him he wasn't good enough to play for his team, and that was devastating. But guess what? We didn't go and complain to Speedy or complain to that coach. We went in the gym and got that work in and bust our ass, and he ended up being one of the top players on the family
They,
team.
they was for sure coming
Yeah.
after him in 12th grade.
Exactly. So you can control what you can control. You know what I'm saying? And we have a 24-hour rule here. So we have a parent meeting and we talk to our parents about, like, you're gonna be upset with me sometimes. If you are upset with me, you need to cool off. We got a 24-hour period. So if you want to talk to me, don't come to me after no game talking about, hey, what the hell going on? No. It might be some words back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Cause like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all heated,
Yeah, exactly. So
and
24
everybody just
hours.
can't play.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The 24 hours, let's talk, let's discuss, you come to practice and see what's going on at practice, and go accordingly from there. You know what I'm saying? But I get it from both perspectives, and I've been frustrated, but I've never fronted a coach off or cussed no coach out and make the coach look bad, make me look bad. Now my son has a bad reputation. He's that guy with the bad parents. You know what I'm saying? That can mess up your son's recruitment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
or just even his head. Like
Yeah.
your dad is over here arguing and like saying all like
I've seen it happen
it
all the
says
time.
something to the kid, but without saying something to the
Yeah.
kid. So wow.
A couple years ago, I had a parent. I thought I'd never see anything like this. We in a heated game. I subbed his son out. He came over from the stands and told his son, "Hey man, get your shit. Let's go." In a varsity basketball game, man. My AD at the time was Shaheed Salim. He was like, "Hey, Dad, no, you can't do this." And lo and behold, this young man now is lost. He don't, he done been to 4, 5 different high schools, didn't graduate on time. So you
Man.
just don't realize sometimes the impact that one action can have on your son or daughter.
I mean, 'cause it's
Yeah,
not going to get easier. You're not going to go to
yeah,
another school, and it's not going to be no good players over there.
yeah.
It's going to be adversity wherever you
Wherever you
go,
go.
and you're going to have to get over something wherever you go. And this is not an equal sport. Everybody's not going to play
Yeah,
equally. The best players will play,
yeah,
and then the ones that's not, they probably not going to play as much, or not even going to play
most
at
definitely.
all.
Yeah,
But that's just life.
yeah.
What can you do about that?
It's never personal to me. It's about winning. And when it's time to win, it's time to win. So whoever the best players is, or whoever we think can give us the best shot at winning, if my son need to sit his ass down on the bench because somebody else got it going, guess what? My son gonna sit his ass on the bench. It's not personal. It's about who I think after spending all these hours with these guys and with your sons, putting them in the best situation to win the basketball games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So just two more, we done. So when your players graduate and move on, what's the number one thing you hope they carry with them from your program?
Just relationships and learning life skills just as much as basketball. So, we got guys coming back all the time to talk about their experiences here at Frederick Douglass and what they're doing now. But we want them to understand that, hey, we're correlating basketball to life. And if you had a dedication, hard work, building relationships, that could carry over to the real world, whether it's college, whether it's at the workplace. And we preach that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you may go play college basketball, but you may not. But
Mm.
the things that you learn here, you learning life skills. You learning how to be a team player. So that's some of the biggest things that we want guys to carry on once they leave our program. I think we've done a great job of that.
And that's a great mentality because everybody's not going to make it to the NBA. Everybody won't make it to the pros, but there's a pro in life, and I feel
Yeah,
like everybody has a unique gift that they can give, but you have to go search for that, and you got to have the right mentality. You have to have the right people that's going to build you up so that you can understand that as far as and that's going to move you into your adulthood. Okay, so what's next for you and your team this season?
man, I was waiting for you to ask that question. No, I honestly believe this might be one of my best teams this year.
Mm.
We got everybody coming back from last year. Um, we added a couple guys, and we got a phenomenal freshman in Damani Oliver.
Mm.
Came from Bates Academy. He's been actually our leading scorer this summer.
Mm.
I think he got a chance to be a really good basketball player. Phenomenal work ethic. Uh, Coach Terry Jones. I know you know Coach Terry.
Yeah, and
He's
Damani. Yep.
done a great job working with Damani as well as his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we really looking forward to Damani playing a big part. We got a kid. Quinn Davis is here now from West Bloomfield.
Mm.
Uh, it's going to be a great asset to us. And we got everybody coming back. We got Jacody, Nathan, my son, Josh Brooks. We got a 6'8 kid,
Mm.
Dante Burks. Um, we
Oh,
got a kid. That's your man.
shout out Coach D,
Yeah,
baby.
Coach D,
What up,
man.
Coach D, baby? Love
Yep.
you, man.
Yep, Dante, he has a phenomenal skill set. Coach D did a great job
Man, love you,
working with
Coach D.
him, man, and expecting great things for him this year. He's starting to get some college interest. We got a kid, one of my college teammates. We got him on the team. He started, was all city last year. Jeremiah Thurman,
Mm.
phenomenal athlete, can shoot the ball, and Oh, then we got a kid that just got offered yesterday, Demavion Smith Powell. His son,
Oh,
yeah.
come on, man. The
He did,
polls. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yep.
Come on
He
now.
just
They
got
strong.
offered by Central State,
Oh,
his
wow.
brother's school.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so we excited about what's
Damn.
going on here, man. We really think we got a real good chance this year, Division 4 as well as in the PSL. Yeah.
Definitely do. Oh, man, you dropped some
Yep.
names. Wow.
Mhm.
And got Coach Brooks here, so that's great too. So, okay, so the last one, Coach. If you could leave this audience with a line about your success, hard work, or life, like your own personal sweat equity motto, what would it be?
Uh, this is kind of what I've been saying about just the hard work, dedication, the perseverance. When you facing adversity and what you put into it is what you're gonna get out. Each year, I think pat myself on the back. We've gotten better wherever I've been, whether it's been Northern, whether it's been
That's
King,
from the back
whether it's been here, where I've had my most success here at Douglas. We've gotten better every year, and it's through the sacrifice and the hard work. Like I said, I miss funerals, birthdays, time with my daughter, man.
too.
Uh, to pour into this program, pour into these young men, and it shows with the success that young men have when they leave here, whether it's playing college basketball, going into the workforce. Uh, I think the sacrifice, hard work has really put us over the top, and that's what I would say. That's helped us be so successful over the years.
Okay. Once again, Coach, I want to tell you thank you for giving me your time because I can tell I told you this off camera. I can tell you this on. You saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else, and to give me your time. Time is the most valuable thing that we have here,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you for giving me your time. So thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say too, man, I appreciate you, all the work that you do with the young men, and I've admired you from afar. Just seeing all the hard work that you put in with young people, man, and sacrificing time away from your family as well, man. So keep on doing a good job that you're doing as well.
Coach, thank you.
All right, man.
Much
Thank
love,
you.
baby.
Love.
The Sweat Equity Stories, Coach Brooks, Frederick Douglass. We out.